of 3, no bracket reset. So MYS has to play like this is their last set. The same goes to...
This is their last set.
Well, yeah, this is their last set, correct. Same goes to Lemak and Curry, and these guys have versed each other in the past, and I know that Lemak and Curry is looking for a chance to get a comeback here. Everyone always loves a comeback story, so we're gonna see what they're going to choose to ban. Mimikyu already a first choice ban to prevent that as well. No ban on Lemak and Curry's side. I don't know, again, this is something so new to me. Every other region I've seen or casted or done stuff, they actually do the full 4 bans. And Bocce here have decided to finally ban Zoroark, but I mean, are we gonna see like Miascarada? Are we gonna see Umbreon?
Are we gonna see the Absol pickup to deny them? I mean, I feel like that is correct, but with Umbreon there, I don't really feel confident that Absol has damage to sustain or, you know, out damage Rebongs.
Yeah. This is I mean, Rebongs is like very, very strong as the defender as well, so to see him get his comfort pick, you know, this is a great first start to kind of get their foothold in the door. And we can see a response here. Mama going for the Clefable and Trevenant here.
This is the pickup. This is the pickup. Come on.
Night Mew Foxy getting that Mew. So Emu going, got HT switching out and getting and Leafeon as well now. So this would be very scary if for some reason MYS just is managed to able to get 4 evolutions on one side, since none of the EVs are banned here. And I would like to kind of see that happen, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm more excited for the Mew. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Nightmare Foxy. Oh, I got a little treat, but we can see Calamity's going for his bread and butter with Decidueye, Jalion going for Espeon. Yimu, don't tell me you're going to go for Gengar.
Oh my. Okay.
No,
well...
Yimu's going back to the Machamp. You know what? Fun fact: I didn't really learn Machamp until I saw MYS Yimu play Machamp.
Oh, really?
He was one of the early, if not the only C player that I know of currently that plays Machamp, and is part of his main arsenal in terms of choice of pick of Pokemon. And the stuff I saw him do with it was so inspired that I wanted to pick it up. So yeah, I'm glad to see that Yimu is still continuing on with the Machamp trend.
I'm surprised that was your first introduction to Machamp, because it was mine as well back in the day, and I was pretty surprised to see. I was like, oh, it looks so cool. Yeah. And now, of course, we're gonna see a contender against the Machamp here in Buzzwole. So top lane is gonna be a little bit dicey, but across the board, I think safe picks. The only thing I'm a little bit question mark is, will we see Jalion go into the central area, pick up a double buff, and run Side Shock instead of Side B?
Yeah, oh well, look, it really depends. I mean, they do have a good ping. Not a lot of Espeon players choose Side Shock these days. Stored Power, even though it got a little bit nerfed, is still the preferred choice. Side Beam, I would say yes. Not a lot of Future Sight users here, but it's, you know what, if we see something of how aggressive MYS has been in the past, especially with their picks now, I can suspect to see Leafeon getting one rotation and going straight into Lemak and Curry's camp to maybe do some sort of jungle invade, and we're going to wait and see how that plays out. But yeah, these two teams are going to give us a heck of a show, as they did earlier on in the night, and as we progress to the grand finals here, can't wait to see what these two give us in terms of just food. Like, all I can think of now is just food, Nitera. I'm just hungry now.
Well, let me bring it back to you here in a bit, because I think, you know, potentially you might see a stop partner. But with that being said though, NASI Unite, this is presented by JJ Kun. Let's have a champion time. Stealing that one from his books.
Ooh.
Hi JJ.
Well, we could have a quick look here as we see that the Leafeon in future is doing one rotation. Looks like they're going straight to the other side. Now we do see that Rowlet is getting a little bit of a protection issue card here with the Clefairy, so this is good, and this allows units like the Buzz to try and hold on. But with 3 players there, not sure if it's going to be enough though, and does get knocked out. Bocce 1 versus 3. You don't really want to see that 35 seconds into the game.
that is so aggressive coming in on top side. And you can see that even leveled up already. Leafeon had only one camp. He basically took one buff and said, I'm running with it. Look, as he returns back into the central area to pick the rest of his buffs up. You gotta imagine, like, I mean, I thought the double buff into invade was gonna happen, but we got a single buff into go into the buzzwole, hit the mosquito out of the map.
Yeah, then you want to kind of suppress him ASAP and get Machoke up and running. And look at that, the blue that was taken from the Clefairy really didn't do much, as now Yimu does have submission, and we know how strong submission has become, especially with the buff as well. The fact that it does equivalent damage to a basic, but I love what Calamity is doing right now. You know, they know how aggressive MYS is, so Calamity is just, you know, trying to take one back, sneak away, and go back to his base. So very well played here by Calamity, as you can see. Like, well, they can't see it, but we can see that there is no threat of danger for that Dartrix at all.
Well, in a sense, you can see he's definitely gambling onto two Valtoys here, and I don't think that's correct, but then again, look at the entire side on the bottom half of the map here. 4 players there. If he really wanted to fall back on his team, he can. So Calamity definitely understood the situation here and goes in. I don't know about Bocchi understanding the situation though. He has the damage, but he's 2 levels down.
Yeah, this is the level difference and the aggression that we always see MYS go up front. You know, they just continue on their relentless attacks. Now, Leafeon maybe have just realized that the buffs have maybe been taken, so now they know that Decidueye is online, and Lemak and Curry has put 4 members down. So the problem is they have lost a significant amount of lead. They didn't score at all, and they are down 134-0. But the pads are still up and running, and they are going to push through with what they got, because as of now, as it stands, Decidueye is the only one that can kind of hold and push the force back down. Now, we can see Buzzwole going for a buff as well, so just trying to get that catch-up experience. But look at that, Lemak and Curry putting all their forces down at the bottom lane here.
Ooh, and they're already starting to fight here. A nice solo beat to clean this one out. Mama's going down for the count. If it weren't for the block, nicely done coming in. The Trevenant, the tree, our protector coming in. MYS is just going to continue to farm up on the top side. They know Pikachu is not very strong into team fights at the moment, so let it farm up and nicely done. But look at the Reggie still going very low. Reborn's going in to try and pick it up. They do not take this one, but they're able to do so much damage to return the favor. K2 going down into Bocchi as well, and that is a nice cleanup crew right there, which means that now they have the ability to take a free dunk here, or even go out to Regieleki early for a response. But it looks like that pole zone is out for the count.
Yeah, tier 1 pad officially gone now from the side of Lemak and Curry, and we can see that Yimu really targeted that Decidueye with its barrage blow, like just straight up cross chop towards the Desi there. So Calamity's going to have a lot of problems, as we can see that Yimu's most likely going to target him over and over again. Great awareness there, getting rid of Bocchi before he even knew what hit him.
Ooh, and it's going to really hurt them. It's going to bite them back later on. And with 6 minutes left, they've got the first Regieleki coming in, which means now they have the option to choose to pressure them down and ferry this Regieleki, or well, they can just find any pick they can, because right now there's not a lot on the map that they can do.
Yeah, this is a do or die situation. Gotta defend like their life depends on it. Now, right now there is a Pikachu and an Umbreon Unite. It looks like MYS may go for a bit of a push here, but they've just gotta be careful. This is a good opportunity for Lemak and Curry to go through. Umbreon goes through with the Unite. There goes the Machamp going through. Buzzwole could not do anything about it there. Espeon Unite trying to defend, but the damage is just too much. They are overwhelmed, and it's a team wipe. Nitera, there is just nothing they can do. They're looking at the map, they're seeing how much they can score, and they have a 22 overcap. And let's not forget the fact that how did Nightly Foxy go from top to bottom just like that? And the score is just crazy different right now before 5 minutes.
And mind you, I was gonna make a joke about like how, oh, the 7 points that Clefable scored was the first of many. I didn't know it was gonna go onto the side of Lemak and Curry with the first of many, because here MYS is on the back foot right now. You did mention they were the first to ever take a game off, so this is looking very promising.
Well, just to say, and I don't know, but Lemak and Curry is actually the orange side. MYS is purple, so the names are a bit they're not the right names at the moment that I think. Just checking. There we go. Okay, so this is actually MYS, and you know how I know, guys? Because they have MYS on the purple team.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm being called out when I'm watching. We're gonna see how we can turn this around, pushing it forward.
It's okay. It's
ooh,
okay. Great fight there, but like right now, this is the biggest problem that Lemak and Curry has faced. Now, the good news is that they finally got their first KO of the entire match, which is Yimu. Now, the problem is they've got a lot of catching up to do, as you can see how vast this level difference is, on top of the fact that their score pad is practically gone.
I mean, I don't see what score you're talking about. In fact, for MYS to go for the Regieleki now, they can choose to go for it and it's a good play. If they don't go for it and take every other farm they pick, that's still a good play. They have the level advantage, they have the pressure, they can wait for them to make a mistake now.
Yes, no, I think what they'd want to do here, they might maybe save that Regieleki for the Ray.
That is true.
Yeah, it looks like maybe, or there's a bit of a fight here, but they're just patiently waiting right now. This is, like, I mean, MYS has been kind of sitting on the sidelines just watching all these teams play throughout the tournament, you know? So they've been able to pick up a few things. They've been able to look at possible counters and whatnot, and it looks like they're doing very well because let's go back. Lemak and Curry were doing really, really well against NASI Ice, and now it's kind of like flipped because it's not that Lemak and Curry is doing anything bad, but MYS is just on a whole different ball game here.
They're able to just pick out what they need to do here, especially since, like, granted, if they ran a Gyarados in the composition, I think it would still be fairly well. I mean, who goes for a single buff into a gank here, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
there's so many things.
It's troubling because for Lemak and Curry right now, they just can't even get any experience in their own turf. Now, having said that, though, Pikachu does go down, so a Pikachu getting taken down is way more important than a Baltoy or a Bunnelsby, so this is good, but will it be enough? Because they still have a massive mountain to climb.
Yeah, with the Castigas coming in hot and heavy here, we are going to see ourselves into the last few seconds before the Ray fight here, and they're able to actively defend this Regieleki, slowing them down. Like I said, rather like you said, I think they should have just delayed it and wait for the 2-minute mark to do so.
Yeah, we can, but you can see the pokes coming in from Night Mew Foxy. You see why this player is such a feared Mew player. Now, you can see straight away, Espeon getting rid of Pikachu, which is great. Nice attack from Lemak and Curry here. This is a little bit of a chance that they can go for. Buzzwell going for it, but now using it as a tool. Umbreon uniting forward, Night Mew Foxy with a nice eject beam, but there goes the barrage blow from Yimu. Just completely annihilating and wiping out all the teams of Lemak and Curry, the team players of Lemak and Curry. That was gone in an instant, Nitera. In literally 10-15 seconds.
I need a replay to see what happened, because honestly, in that situation, right, I saw Reborn coming in. It was such a mess because he was in such a bad position. But again, Umbreon, premier defender in the game right now, and there's absolutely nothing you can do against such an over-reinforcement. He has the levels, he has the wish, and a Unite move to boot.
Yes. Yeah, the initiation from Umbreon was perfect there. The fact that Night Mew Foxy used Solar Beam but able to reposition herself with the eject and to finish off the main source of damage, Machamp, Yimu, barrage blow from behind. No one saw, on Lemak and Curry's side, saw Yimu come from the side, and that just spelled annihilation for the rest of the team. And that was coming from when Yang got taken down relatively early.
Ooh, and right now, I mean, I think the question remains for us is not what, you know, what's happening on the screen, but what can they possibly do to turn this around, right? Far against the fact that they could potentially get 1,000 points, right? You know, it's whatever.
It could, yes.
Right now,
we'll see. Yimu might be going for it. He's doing a big run. He really wants to get the 1,000. Maybe he's doing the counting, the math this whole time of the scoreboard. He's making sure he's going to get it. He does still have the shield. There goes the invulnerability, the unstoppable. There you go. Is that
really
the first 1,000 points that we've seen throughout the entire match?
Really putting a dent on everyone. You know, what a dapper. And running with the fist as well, can he just... Oh, I did not get it, unfortunate. But hey, right now we're in a situation where we need to understand like what Lemak and Curry can do, right? You know, like cooking a pot of curry, you need to put in the right ingredients. And right now TMYS just has one really nice cooked curry. They have time to simmer it. Well, they have to start thinking what ingredients to put in right now.
They're literally feeding the nation of MYS right now, you know, and that's what in a nice way. That's what you're supposed to do, to feed a nation. But right now they need to find a way to stop feeding, you know, giving MYS food. You know, they need to find a way out of it, and you know what? I like the composition that they did in the previous match with Ninetales, Venusaur, such Pokemon like that to just poke from afar. I feel that right now being able to choose Buzzwole here again has been quite detrimental in their team composition. It just hasn't been able to really give that impact that it needs. But saying that though, they're going up against, like we talked about, veteran players in this region. So MYS is a really respectable team across this region. I know that, and I think it's gonna be a big task for them to get a game off them, let alone win. But they have done it before, so I believe that Lemak and Curry can turn this around.
Now, I wasn't able to say a pick that I wanted to see prior before it was happened. And I'm going to do it now because before they go into advance, I think Chandelier might be one of the correct options here for them. One thing we did mention was that, you know, they needed a way to like really fight against them while putting us out of danger. Chandelier has one of the longest ranges in the game concurrently, unless you want to go down playing Flash Cannon Duraludon and
No, I mean no. Let's not. Look. I would rather the Dragon Pulse than the Flash Cannon.
Right.
But even then, because we know how MYS is so aggressive, they love their speedsters. They don't even use support. Okay. They.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, Umbreon is their support with the upgraded Wish and whatnot. But I think they need to fight poke with poke, and I think units like Buzzwole doesn't poke enough at that range. Maybe they can try. I mean, it's not like they're listening to us, and we do have delay, guys. So unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. But we're gonna have, I don't know, maybe double defender. Maybe they need something to protect. Like Calamity is good for poke, but I think it's just not enough because you need to find a way to beat that speedster. And I don't think Lemak and Curry had a speedster of their own. So that is something to consider, and I think it was either you or Kaori who asked about a certain bird to make a return to the field. I think it was you, Nitera, with the originals. So I don't know. They need to think of something quick because this, in a way, can really affect you mentally. You know, when you lose when you lose by a large margin. So hopefully they let it pass aside and they'll do the best that they can.
Well, I'm gonna give you another opinion on what I think they can pick up. Chandelier, yes, they have the long range, they can siege them down.
Chandelier,
but this one is going out to a friend of mine who unfortunately was not able to cast today, and that is gonna be EGP Wonder Chef. I think that maybe another option they can go for is Cramorant. Now, hear me out. I think the early game pressure that they get and the amount of damage you get just from playing Cramorant early on might be something that's worth considering, halting them in their tracks here. In the same vein, I think Mew has to be banned out here because of how strong it is, and we have seen it work wonders. So, another pun not intended on the Wonder Chef, but Cramorant, I think, definitely has a stake onto this. So, shout outs to him.
I think Cramorant is probably one of the most unloved Pokemon to be used competitively. You know, it's just so like people love it in ranked. They just never get to see it in a competitive format.
And mind you, it got another skin as well, right? Just recently.
It did, yes.
Yeah. It should be played. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let's see if they hear your words here. Maybe MYS will honor the call and bring out the Cram. But you know what? Bocce taking away the Leafeon from not Nightmare Foxy. I think it was HT.
Right.
That is good. Yang was the Pikachu. Rebongs was the Umbreon, and Yimu was the Machamp. So let's see what Nightmare Foxy is going to choose since there's no Mew or Leafeon now.
I'm quite interested to see why Umbreon was banned as well, though, because that was my pick. Rebongs is gonna be on it, but instead of running in, with the Penitent Absol, we are gonna see him run another tanky Mon, a defender in Trevenant. Not seeing Rebong been this unaggressive.
I mean, double defender, you don't really see it that much, guys, from this caliber of a team. But they're bringing, I mean, Blastoise can be really argued if it really. I mean, it is tanky, but it does do significant amounts of damage as well. But I love the fact that Mime has resorted back to Mime. I think Mime is one of the slept. Wow!
Can we? Yeah!
Wow, they're really bringing old school characters back into the fold, guys.
Can we get a Dragonite for Nagi though? Can we get
A
one?
Dragonite for Nagi. I don't
That
know,
would really
guys.
help the team though.
I'm
Like,
actually
they have a
surprised.
secure.
Yeah, I'm surprised the teams in this region don't pick Dragonite.
I feel like partially it's because mind you, I was playing some games while you guys were casting. I'm sorry, that's my
Oh
fault.
my god, really?
Oh my god!
What? Did they listen to what we said ages ago?
Yeah, I think they just heard it halfway and they're like, oh, we need to switch back, pull it back.
Wow. I mean,
Oh
look, I
my
want
God.
Lemak and Curry to win, but when you see returning characters like Lucario and Charizard, I think they're doing this for show, Nitera. I think...
It's a low-key disrespect, but I can't fault them because I want to see these games, because I want to see these teams go with the OG stuff. Like, again, this is like the OG, this is like one of the collabs that we should have done a long time ago since Season 1. This is a teaser we were Season 1. This is a back to the blast and to the past.
Yeah, this is... crazy. I mean, in a way, I guess they can't afford to lose one game, whereas Lemak and Kari, they need to win this game. They do have good picks though. They've gone double speedsters going up against double defenders, but we've seen how strong they've given Lemak and Kari both Leafeon and Meowscarada, two well-known speedsters that are very relevant right now in the meta. So very curious to see how this will shape. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect now. Like, to bring in and returning characters like Lucario and Charizard, that changes it up a little bit. I mean, I would be a little bit shocked if I saw that, if I was going up against that.
Well, I kind of feel like Lucario's not going to go with E-Speed here, so first of all, throwing this back in, but I think that definitely running close combat will give him a little bit more damage to sustain himself as well in this team composition where you want to let Charizard and Inteleon be dishing out, like, burst damage from them. So, with that being said though, Mr. Mime then comes to question, how sustainable is Mr. Mime? Because a little bit of a unite move here and there is going to disrupt Lucario's E-Speed if he runs that. It's going to stop Inteleon from
Lucario Yang is... What is this
What
guy doing?
on
He's
earth?
so ballsy. How do you get away with that? Yang ejects out of the way, he just gets a blue
And that's an
off.
eject button as well from Yang,
Yeah.
so maybe not E-Speed like I was calling.
Yeah, like you said, it's probably the power-up punch as we see here with close combat. So that's very old school. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. And this is kind of interesting because the invade kind of works because none of these guys at the top lane has any type of EXP share, right? So
Right.
Yang took it upon himself, and the fact that he doesn't need to evolve, went to go invade.
I really hope that this is gonna pan out well for them because I want Lemak and Kari to win, but OGs.
Well, it's
Oh, the
not just OGs, but it's their way of playing as well.
Right.
Like the method they use. It's not just your what we've been so used to seeing in terms of these matches. It's just for fun. Like, and this is why I love MYS. They just do these things for fun, and it's not always necessarily flex, but they make it work somehow, and you just got to respect them for that.
It is definitely a respectable thing, and you know what? As part of the region, you know, I love our region. We have our ups and downs, but I think this is a fun part of our region, and I would proudly say that.
Yeah, and this is why more events like this should be made, ladies and gents, which there will
Thank
be.
you, JJ.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know more, but if you want to take part in OG characters, you know, having the tournaments such as the NASI Unite is a good feature here. But as we see this right now, Lucario is in a little bit of trouble. They do seem to be pushing hard against Team MYS. Trevenant, though, does get a KO there from the Meowscarada, but HT is now a Charizard, so they're working their way to push back. And you know what? Props and respect to Mama for being the crowd control that Lemak and Kari needs at right now, because I don't know if they will be able to repel that without the Mime.
And mind you, if they do combine unites here, we could have a dancing Mime on top of a dancing Meowscarada, and that is a nighttime party, so to speak. A lot.
Yeah, that would be. If they can pull off that combo, I'd be really impressed.
Oh, I'm gonna find a name for it, and if it happens, we're calling it out. But for now, at the very least, they need to focus on what's in front of them, which is the basement Reggie, and of course the attic Reggie.
Yes, I mean, if we look at the levels as well, it's actually not too bad, even though there was an invade from MYS. Calamity has kept their levels up nice and strong. dare I say that Lemak and Kari actually has a good advantage right now. They do manage to get picks, and now this is a very, very big score. Score pads left on 7, and while that's happening, like Nightmoo Foxy is going to get a free Reggie Rock for Team MYS. Now, they did not decide to overcap too much. They just wanted to get rid of the pad and push this Reggie Alecki ASAP. But while that is happening, you can see that Team MYS has plans for different areas. They've gone back to do an even bigger cap, 21 over. So this is gonna be closer than we thought.
And this is important because, mind you, they need to try and do a cross-map play here, because if the Reggie Alecki is already going to be taken, there's nothing you can do about it. Leave someone to defend it, sure. But you have to be actively getting EXP here, and as we see, that's what they did. Now, a returning favor, though, they do pick up the Leafeon, which has been running havoc all across the map. And now, with that Masquerada coming in, the Seismic Slam pushing him back. This is fantastic. The Zard is up and online here, and Pikachu's down for the count. Mimes, the next one, is going to have to say goodbye here. No amount of mimicry can actually get him out of this box.
No, I mean, if you thought Zard was not relevant right now, HT is definitely making it relevant, especially after using its Unite on top of Meowscarada's Unite, and then just slamming it down on the ground and protecting its teammates and burning the rest. So this, I mean, it's interesting that, you know, MYS is ahead by 1 point, but this is still anyone's game. I mean, the levels are still neck and neck, even though it looks like the engagements and fighting from MYS's side is stronger.
I'm really looking how Vbox actually angled the Wood Hammer. I don't know if you noticed, but if you aim your Wood Hammer and they're in the range, it'll always center them to where Trevenant's facing. And so how he's going for it is interesting. I didn't know this for a while, even though I played it before. So this is news to me.
Oh no, look, a lot of people thought it was a bug at first because it just recentered them to wherever the Wood Hammer was. So to get even a small hit of the Wood Hammer would be enough to center them and displace them a little bit. But now you can see Charizard trying to defend, but HT just too much damage. 2 unites there from Jarleon and from Boki. And here comes Nightmare Foxy trying to go ahead with the defense. And right now they maybe got there just in the nick of time. Hydro Typhoon going forward. Meowscarada gets taken out. And then you can see, oh, it was intended. Does get that free, Leafeon out of commission there, so well done from Team MYS. What a response. It's kind of like, that's for taking getting rid of our ally there, then we're gonna go ahead, sorry, getting rid of Charizard, because let's go back and take out 3 to 4 of you, and now take Registeel.
You know what, D-Wing Charizard here, and you get a flying type, well, a wingless dragon, so a fire type, but D-Wing 3 players of your team, and I don't really think you've got any response for the Reggie.
No, just the double unites probably took a lot out of it. They probably try to get that secure off the pad, but not enough now. And while Mr. Mime and Pikachu is defending through the bottom lane, it does look like they're trying to find space to move forward. Now Charizard, we do know HT wants to unite one more time here, but I feel like all of a sudden MYS is now changing locations. You can see Lucario going for a 40 score. Can Mama make it? No. Nice 40 dunk from Lucario. Charizard in the meantime just unites the Pikachu out of existence there, because like we said, there was only one more chance for them to use their unites, and again Nitera, they've left Blastoise to just defend the Reggie Alecki, so they know where their priorities lie.
Hey look, I'm not saying that you should do this, but pushing in the Reggie Alecki means you don't have to defend it.
Can you imagine if Blastoise actually just purposely...
I mean, he did Hydro Pump, right? It was close, it was close. But in any case, right now, score is 169 to 219. TMYS is ahead. Just a little bit more than usual, which, all things considered, was not the case before.
No, but look, looking at a Meowscarada that's only level 11 and not 13 is a bit rough. You want to get Meowscarada as high as possible, or just in general speedsters. They need as much level, so the fact that Charizard is already level 13 here is great, but we will see if they are able to catch anyone out, because at this point MYS has been able to catch out many members of Team Lemak and Curry. But as we see here, oh, that was a nice snipe shot there. They're going to go for the push there. This is all hands on decks, bro. Maybe have to do a unite here. He does not do any unites, and now they both get taken out. So Meowscarada and Slowbro down, but their return timer is actually a lot shorter now because they've probably been knocked out so many times.
And right now, as they're postured ready for this Ray here, It looks like they have to just kind of wait it out. They are chipping away at their poor tank here. The tree is just slowly being chopped down. And I think it just has to wait for an opportunity to go in again. At least they have Yemu to hold it out. And with Intelon just slowly pelting them down with that snipe shot, hey, they can just wait out for an opportunity to do this. If no one starts this, they are at an advantage.
Yeah, and I think Team MYS knows that they're ahead, but not by a lot, and they're just poking around trying to find answers. You can see Leafeon looking for a chance to potentially score here with Blastoise just waiting in the background. So you can see it's anticipating it, and Charizard and Pikachu they're in each other's bushes right now, just waiting for a chance to strike. And at this point in time, Nightmare Foxy being the poker is actually excellent. Mime's already half HP, now has to retreat, and now Bro is the one defending the Ray. So this is a standstill if we ever saw one.
Ooh, but already he's trying to start something out. Calamity is just a little bit feisty here. The discipline on them is there, and now with this 1 minute countdown remaining, they'll know who is in the lead for sure. But I think it's clear that MYS is in the lead based on the amount of bases that have been going down here.
Yeah, now they've got that notification. Leafeon
no!
goes for something, but Boki does get caught now, so this is really, really bad for Lemak and Curry. They need to win this. They are already down 0-1, and Nightmare Foxy is still poking away, and it looks like Team MYS is trying to bait in the rest of the members of Lemak and Curry by starting the Ray.
But it doesn't really matter because absolutely whatever they do right now, they have another 100 on the board here. They can pull back and just wait anything to happen. 30 seconds on the clock. There's not a lot of time for you to get ready. You have to make a play now and try to score. But with the seismic toss coming in, Mr. Mime is going to slowly go down for the count with Slowbro as well in the corner. I don't think he can run away. This is not looking good for the side of Lemak and Curry here. With the 19 seconds remaining, they need 200 points to actually make something work here. And no one is trying to find any way to score. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Calamity's trying so hard, but that Ray's going down too slowly, and there goes Yang with a nice KO and a Hadouken of a Lucario move. I probably should not have said that, guy, sorry, but he did his Unite move there, and geez, that was just well played by MYS, just really refusing to let them get any sneaky scores there, and with that, MYS are now your champs for the NASI.
They made it work. They made the OG, one of the most OG competitions work. I really love how they brought back the, season 1 mons, the opening ones. Oh, there's a feeling in my chest, Nuggy. There's a feeling in my chest. It feels warm. It feels fuzzy.
It was definitely like, look, the fights were not as aggressive as game 1, but just to look at how they played it, how they just waited in the shrubs. They didn't have any worry as far as we can tell. Like, even though the scores look close, I think MYS knew this whole time that they were ahead, and they were waiting for Lemak and Curry to make their play and bait them in, and they just did really, really well. So yeah, fan.